Terrell Thomas, TheseUrbanTimes, sitting down with the man himself, the one and only songwriting extraordinaire. Man, it's been wonderful in the world of entertainment for many years. It's great to sit down and talk with you. RL, how you feeling
Thanks.
today?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking the time out to holler at your boy. You already know.
Oh, it's always a blessing to sit down and talk with you and find out all the things you got going on in the world of music. It's been a while since we sat down and spoke, but I've been in tune with everything that you have going on.
Thank you.
And although 2020 has been difficult in many ways, it's a blessing to see that you're still continuing to rock. And you got some new music coming out, a new project, new single out right now. Talk to me about your journey and how you still been rocking with your new music.
Well, one thing that I always said I wanted to be in tune with, not just being a singer, but the technological side of things. So I've learned to engineer, record, and somewhat produce myself. So I'm able to be home, and during the quarantine time, I can still create. So that's what's really fun. So I released a project for free, actually, which is 4 songs, and it's called The Letter J. And I'm super excited about it, man. It's out now. You already know.
So how long did that process take? Is this something that you've been working on for some time? Was this a group of songs or something that you've written over the years? Or did you come up with it, in the last few months with everything that's been going on?
Well, I'm always creating, so some records I'll start on and go revisit and say, okay, let me change this vocal or change these words or let's reproduce it. So these are records that I've been working on, and a partner, Brian B. Flat Cook, who's our production partner, really got on me and was like, listen, man, put out some music, because it's daunting right now in this day and age where artists like myself from my era are at a disadvantage because of the social media aspect and how the music industry is. So we're still learning to navigate, and it's fun, but it's still a disadvantage for us. So you're like, well, should I even put out music? Will people hear it? I heard in an interview that Genuine was like, you know what, I'm just going to tour. And he's super dope. Like, I'm like, how do you have a fan base? All these people come to see you perform and would love to have new material from you. But because of the atmosphere of the game right now, cats are starting to feel like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just go get my check, come home and relax. And then I know that that's hard, because I know it would be hard for me, because we're creatives first. Genuine is a genius. He's super dope. There's a lot of other artists like that. But then you look at, like, 112 just dropped a project. Jagged, incredible music. And the fear is, who's gonna hear it? How do we get it to our audience? You know what I'm saying?
That's very real. I definitely appreciate and respect that perspective. Can you talk to me about the longevity in which that you've had in your career? Like, as I mentioned, you're no stranger to the game. You've been writing now for decades, literally. And your music is still relevant. You're still able to reach that fan base in which you were just talking about. But can you speak to me about how you've been able to stay so successful and keep longevity in the game with the evolution and the adjustments that you just have had to make?
Well, honestly, it's about being humble enough to know that there's more to learn. Like, people will say stuff like, "What advice would you give a new artist?" And I tell them to shut up. And they be like, well, "What does that mean?" I'm like, because I can go in a room and be in a room with the Uber driver, the pizza delivery guy, and the engineer, and learn something from all of them. I can sit back and be a sponge. It's not, well, I've been in the game 20 something years and I know this. No, I can learn from you and take something from a conversation or just the atmosphere and apply it to my craft and be better. And I think that that's what keeps me going. I want to continue to evolve and get better and learn more and be more. You know what I'm saying?